Not waiting on me anymore. I hit record.
Oh, we're starting?
We're starting.
Oh, we're finally starting?
We have begun.
Welcome to the Straight Gay Guyz Podcast. We are the straightest little gay guys this side of the Mississippi River.
Old Mississippi.
I am Alex, your dearest friend, the oldest friend you know.
I'm Brian Smith, not the oldest friend you know.
We've never met.
Are we doing first and last names this time?
Yeah, I don't care.
Sure, whatever. Fuck you, man.
Get a little
Everybody,
more
this
intimate.
is Matt
Hi.
Dingus Bonish.
Rod Bonish.
Rod Bonish.
Matt Rod Bonish.
The Rodcast.
Which is objectively a much better name than Matt
Welcome to
Bonish.
the Rodcast,
This is
everyone.
Rod. This is the Rodcast.
What are we starting with? What do we got first on the agenda?
You got a hot take, Rod.
Yeah, Rod, tell us about Rod, I heard you just saw a movie.
I'm going to nip that in the bud right now before we start calling me Rod for the rest of my life.
Shut up, Rod.
It's already happened. Fuck.
Rod, I heard you went and saw a movie with your girlfriend, Kendall. What was that film?
The film was a film called Me Before You. Why do you ask, Alex?
Well, I heard you had a hot little take. You were a hot little potato after seeing said
Well,
film.
we witnessed a almost relationship-ending fight over said film.
You did.
I heard it from the other room.
I was a steamy little carrot.
What was your opinion on said film that made you such a hot little potato?
I have many opinions on that film. And you guys feel free to chime in whatever you want. I'm just gonna start. I'm just gonna do this because I went and saw that film, which was one of those things. It's like it was a book and now it's a movie, and that's what the kind of movie that was. So it's pretty much a Nicholas Sparks book that I don't even know if he wrote the book, but
Probably.
It probably is a Nicholas
it's the same
Sparks
shit. It's the whole thing.
thing. That
And
motherfucker writes everything.
I don't know. I got so many gripes, so many complaints, so many qualms. Whatever you want to say.
Number one.
Number one, we're supposed to feel bad for this guy, this multimillionaire, who does whatever the fuck he wants, whenever he wants, every day with a beautiful woman, but he doesn't even have the use of his legs. Wah, wah.
Where
Is
is
he just he's a quadriplegic?
You're right, yeah,
isn't he?
quadriplegic.
he doesn't
Forgive
have
me.
the use of his arms either,
Use
man.
arms or legs, but he has a fully working mind and spirit.
Yeah.
Hold on one second. The name of the author of that book, Jojo Moyes.
Terrible.
That's
Terrible
a,
name
that's
for
a
an
fake
author.
name. Somebody didn't
That's a
want to
pen
take
name for
Yes.
Nicholas Sparks.
There are a million names. Yeah, it's Nicholas Sparks writing as a woman is what that is. So this guy, he lives in a castle in England. So he's like old money rich, like generations and generations of wealth. And his parents hire some woman who happens to be the blonde girl from Game of Thrones. I forget.
She wipes his ass essentially in this, right?
No, not really. I mean,
What?
he has a nurse for that. He has a male nurse for that.
Oh, okay.
She
a
is
fucking
literally
male
there
nurse.
to be his friend and just be hot and quirky. That's her whole point in the movie.
That's dumb.
And so
That's a waste of
he's
money.
He's like in 6 months I'm gonna kill myself. I've decided.
Direct quote from all of us.
6 months.
No.
Kill myself.
And so you're like, well, that's kind of messed up. Like this, this guy, just because you're quadriplegic, I mean, you gotta kill yourself. I mean, then
Right.
you're a multimillionaire. You can do whatever you want. I mean, I
What a
understand that.
What a selfish
But
asshole.
that's literally the whole movie. It's like 10 minutes of setup of like basically the beginning of every romantic comedy ever where, it's going well for these guys. All right, it's all good. I'm going to ride my motorcycle to work. It's like it's raining, so I'm going to get hit by a motorcycle. And that's the ironic part. I lost my arms and legs because I was going to ride my motorcycle, but I didn't. So then a motorcycle hit me. And then you get into the
time
movie.
out. He was on his feet and got hit by a motorcycle.
They start the movie with he gets out of bed in his beautiful London apartment
Sure.
with his beautiful model girlfriend, and he grabs his motorcycle helmet, and the girlfriend's like, it's raining out. You shouldn't take your motorcycle. And he's like, meh. And so he throws his motorcycle helmet on the counter, wherever he puts it, and then he goes to work, and some guy on a motorcycle tries to stop in the rain and hits him. And
That's
the
a
whole
fun-
audience is like, what?
That's a funny way to
But
lose
he was gonna
the
ride
use of
his
your arms and
motorcycle.
legs.
That's the stupidest. They could not have come up with a better way for him to lose
It'd been better if he was-
control of his
yeah.
appendages. Oh boy, that is terrible.
There are
It'd be
a million
cool if
ways
he
to
got
die in downtown
shot
London.
in the throat in like a home invasion or something. I'd actually
It's
feel
not
sorry
like he
for
was
him,
like
man.
trying to save someone. He was this
Yeah.
hero before. He was old money, rich, did whatever the fuck he wanted to. Like stock. I'm pretty sure he was like a stockbroker or like
Okay.
made like basically was on E-Trade all day or Scottrade, whatever you want to call it.
He was on
Same
Scottrade.
difference.
Yeah, I don't know. Same thing. I know nothing about money. I have none of it.
It doesn't matter.
This guy had lots of it, and that was the problem with this
Yeah.
movie. So they go, they like, we should do one. These last couple months, we're just going to do as much as we can to make him happy. So they go to like horse races, and they go to Italy and they go to France and they do all this stuff. And in the end, he's like, no, I still hate myself. I'm going to kill myself. And then he dies. And that's the end of the movie.
Well, sounds like a realistic end to the movie.
But the plot itself is stupid. The whole thing is stupid.
Like, it's all a big waste of time. Like, he's the exact same place. See, I hate that when movies when it's like, well, it was a fun month, but I'm the same place I was a month ago, so...
What was this all for?
Yeah. So
How does he kill himself?
He goes to some place in Switzerland or Austria or something like that.
Assisted suicide.
Where you sign your life over and
Yeah,
then he
sure.
falls asleep in a bed.
At least give me something to watch. At least have the common courtesy to blow your head off with a
It's,
shotgun.
while they're like on this...
Rig up some sophisticated pulley system so he can pull the trigger himself.
Something for the dudes who got drugged to this. Give me a guy blowing his brains out.
With an
Come
old
on.
cartoony musket.
It's like,
A blunderbuss.
it's one of those machines where it's like a marble going down.
A Rube Goldberg
It's
machine.
a Goldberg machine.
Rube Goldberg assisted suicide.
That's I was telling a joke to somebody about that like I've joined so many suicide packs now, but they're all different ways of killing myself that I have to string up a Goldberg style machine to kill me 7 different ways. It's not really a funny joke, but I like it. The image of it is funny to me. Like it's like
Joke. You liberal use of the term joke.
like a marble
More
knocks
of an
off
anecdote, kind of.
marble turns on a blowtorch and melts my face, and then knocks a little cyanide pill into my cheek. Oh, yeah, that kind of.
No, but
Anywho.
this movie's fucking stupid because there's plenty of people that not only are not rich and quadriplegic, but put their families in crippling amounts of debt, being quadriplegic for all the health care they need.
I mean, when you're talking about, I'm going to get real here for a second. When you're talking about suicide because of like a mental illness, like depression or anxiety or something like that, that's different. This guy was totally cool. He had nothing going on upstairs. He just couldn't use his arms and legs. He's like, I can't fuck this girl who I think is hot. My millions of dollars and my castle aren't enough to keep me alive.
That could be depressing.
Not really.
Not having use of your arms and legs, like tomorrow, like if you woke up,
It would be
and
pretty. It would be a bummer.
dude.
Like it'd be more explicable for like one of us to kill ourselves if we lost because
Oh
we
yeah,
don't
because
have
we're
much
not
going
rich.
on to begin with.
Yeah.
But this guy at least can have
That's-
like a cool life.
That's
Well,
the
yeah, I see
problem.
that
though.
point.
He
I
can
see that
do
point.
whatever he wants.
Yeah.
He can be a motivational speaker for how to live your life if you're a
walk and,
quadriplegic.
except walk and grab things off the counter. But anything
That's
else,
why he's got the hot girl.
Well, I mean, I see your point, but okay.
Watch the movie. Don't watch the movie.
I'm not
not
going to
going
watch
to-
the
I'm not
movie.
gonna
I
watch
can
the
almost
movie.
guarantee you I'm not going to watch the movie.
As a semi-related topic, why are there so many movies? Like, what's this fascination with like chick flicks that are like designed pretty much solely to make you sad?
That's the whole thing, right? Isn't
Yeah,
that the whole
Disney.
point?
It's
like
like
that
Disney movies.
Fault in Our Stars movie or whatever.
Oh,
That's
God.
brutal. That's brutality
Oh,
at
man.
a level.
Like, why? Who wants? What's the purpose here? You don't leave
that
feeling good, right?
That is the total polar opposite. Because wasn't that the point of that movie? Like he was going to die
I don't know.
anyway. So
I
they,
never-
like-
I never watched
Did you
it.
see it? Did
I
you
don't
see it,
know.
Alex?
Which one?
Fault in Our Stars.
No,
I have no idea. I just know it's a bummer, and I know every girl loves it.
The one
And
I
it
always
just seems like there's a new wave of like it was like
Sorrow.
movies and books about kids having to kill each other,
Which was
like
cool.
Hunger Games and all
Yeah.
that shit.
Bring back Legally Blonde. That's what I want out of a chick flick. Or like Just Friends.
there's
Just
a real
Friends is fantastic.
there's
Wonderful
a real
movie.
fascination with like child soldiers and books. Like
Right, yeah,
like
exactly.
they really drive home that whole like look at this kid murder this kid. Like it's like a reoccurring theme.
Yeah.
Welcome to America.
Yeah.
Wake up, sheeple.
Like post-apocalyptic America is just going to be all like children murdering other children, which I guess that's played out. Lord of the Flies already did that, and probably a book before
yeah,
that
but
did
these
that.
are all like in dystopian futures, and
yeah, that's even worse.
yeah.
Because now you've ruined sci-fi, where sci-fi used to be kind of a dude. That's the thing that pisses me off. Sci-fi used to be kind of a dude thing. Like if you really think about it, like Arnold Schwarzenegger, all through like late '80s, early '90s, those were dude movies. Chicks didn't like sci-fi, but then we had to go femme up sci-fi now, and it's like look at it in the dystopian future. Jennifer Lawrence and her fat ass is going to shoot arrows at children. What a crazy world we live in. You read this in a New York Times bestseller. Fuck you. You'll see it in the summer. It's like it used to be a time when just it was men being men and shooting robots in the fucking head. And
No, yeah, I agree.
yeah, they have to take that from us. We can't have anything. We can't have sci-fis or dystopian futures.
When's the white male gonna get something? All right?
We used to have all the power. Now we only have some of it. Boo.
That was for everybody. That was
was-
for black men too. They all have to like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Everybody loves him. He's an American treasure, born in Austria.
Yeah.
Is it Bill Burr or is it Jim Jeffries who talks about Arnold Schwarzenegger? And
Bill Burr.
It's Bill Burr. That's a great bit.
Yeah.
Talks about how he comes here barely being able to speak English and through only his ability to lift weights somehow became governor of California.
That's all it takes, man.
Governor of a state he can't pronounce.
He was
But,
in
yeah.
Commando, I think is what sold his patriotism to everybody. After what was that famous line? I eat green berets
Yeah.
for breakfast, and he fucking mashes the guy's throat through a goddamn wooden spike.
Terrible movie.
I love it.
What movie is
it's
that?
not good.
Green Beret. I mean, it's
Commando.
Commando. Yeah.
It's not good, but it's like
It is what it is.
yeah, it's like Crank. I don't think Crank is.
Oh, you
like,
shut up. Crank is a great movie.
I think Crank is a great movie, but I don't acknowledge it as like a good movie.
It's got a better plot than Me Before You.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Crank
You
is
know-
an individual masterpiece.
You know why
I will
Jason
give you-
Statham's going to kill himself? He's got a car battery attached to his heart and it's going to explode if he stops moving.
See, that's
a plot.
That's the polar opposite. That's the polar opposite of this whole thing. Jason Statham had all the cards stacked against him in that, and he chose to live. He fought through it. Not like this little bitch.
Yep.
We were sitting here screaming about a make-believe paraplegic.
I mean, it's not really fair to like. It's just not fair to
Statham.
assume that like just because you have something like if that's like saying, oh, I went blind, I can never see my beautiful girlfriend naked again. I'm gonna kill myself. Pick any disability. It's the same thing.
Would you? I'm going to trail off for a second because we were having this conversation the other day. Would you rather be born blind or become blind in like your late 20s?
Born blind.
Me too. That's what I think. It's the classic. Would you rather have loved and lost or never loved at all?
Yeah.
We couldn't like. I was talking to nurses at my job and we just could not come up with a good answer. But I think born blind definitely. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
I'm doing this whole
it's
scene.
hard. I
I'm
don't
doing
know.
this whole scene.
Is there a
shit.
conflict of interest here, Brian? Is that what I'm
No, it's just
I've done the whole seeing thing. It's overrated. I could.
no. I know, but like you know what like
oh yeah.
like a sunset on the beach looks like and all that cool kind of shit. And but
That's
like
right.
if you're blind, you don't. I mean, I guess you having it all and then losing it would suck. But I still think I would rather know like.
what shit looks like.
Yeah, but
Yes.
wouldn't that drive you? Wouldn't that be like the worst part about having it losing it is knowing what you're missing out on?
Not
actually-
really,
I don't
because I
know.
feel like I've seen a lot of stuff I want to see.
like
now.
titties.
I mean,
Same.
people can tell me like, "Oh man, Prague is beautiful." I'm like, okay.
Well, the cool thing
They're like,
about
"I've never
being,
been. Like, I believe you." But like, if
Yeah.
I had been to Prague and then a bunch of people came, and were like, "Man, let's go back to Prague." I'm like, "Oh fuck yeah."
the cool thing about being
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
you're-
but I'd seen it
Oh.
once at least.
the cool thing about being born blind is like all your dreams are like well, the kind of the cool thing, but kind of the bummer thing is like apparently when you're born blind, all the things you dream about are like in sound and smell, and like not you don't see anything in your dreams.
sounds awesome.
Kind of, I don't know. You probably get better rest.
Can you smell in your dreams? Is that something you can do?
I don't know, but I think they kind of put things together based off smell. So like the guy, like they don't smell things, but like I guess if it's one of your like only senses, why wouldn't you, right? Like the guy
Makes
could be like, it
sense,
was
yeah.
weird. I was in a room and I swore I could smell a pie. I mean, I've smelled things in my dreams. At least I think I have. It's hard to.
Are we talking like total darkness blind or like
We're talking total-
Lazarus crushed over the eyes blind?
I'm
No,
not
you're-
talking Daredevil blind. I'm talking darkness blind. I think is what
Talking
I was getting at.
Wesley Snipes black.
No, if that's what you need, yeah. yeah, sure, yeah.
We have sound effects and we're going to liberally use them now.
Okay.
Especially when we say things about Wesley Snipes' skin color. Darkness, son.
It's like that's always sunny when they find out how to use the soundboard.
What were we talking about? We were talking about that. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think it'd be. I don't know. Would it be different if he was like born a paraplegic and then like could never?
Yeah,
do any of these things?
absolutely. If he was born a paraplegic and then just out of nowhere is like, I want to kill myself because
That would
he
be weird.
didn't know.
There you go. Consider that the same thing then.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
I
If-
never said I would want to kill myself if I lost my sight. I was just saying I think I'd rather have sight first.
Because it's a ridiculous concept and you would never want to just kill yourself because of something that happened to you, would you?
Well, unless I like dropped my keys or forgot something at the store, then I'm like, man, I wish I was fucking dead.
I stubbed my toe on a coffee table and genuinely wish I was not living any longer.
Yeah, so
And I
we're not
vocalized
the
that.
best litmus test. Or
Day of the life is all that is.
Fuck! I wish I was dead.
Chill out, Alex. You burnt your SpaghettiOs, man. You got.
Oh no! I want to die.
Well, anyway, terrible movie. See it, don't see it. I don't care. Just don't tell me about it.
I'm not
if
gonna
you do
see
see
it.
it.
They do have a real kick of that though lately here. Like, what was the one they made that one movie that was almost like gore porn. That was like fucking. What is it? If I Stay, and it was like the girl's whole family dies, and she has to decide if she wants to come back to life and hang out with her boyfriend or just die. And I'm like, this is grotesque. Like, nothing this like, I don't know, just driving for sadness has come out since The Passion of the Christ.
Yeah.
And at least that had some purpose.
Yeah.
Like, that was like at least a
That's
decent...
what I'm saying, man. I just don't get it. I don't understand this trend.
It's pining for sorrow, and
Yeah.
I just won't have it. I
Whatever.
simply won't.
It's looking to make people cry.
Yep, exactly.
And on that note, about movies I hate, let's talk about movies I like.
Much shorter list.
Crank, the end.
Crank 1 and 2.
Yeah, both cranks.
Crank and Crank High Voltage. Another phenomenal... No, it's not. It's terrible.
So we're going to play a little Desert Island. We're going to do... first round of Desert Island. It's going to be 3 movies you would take with you if you were shipwrecked and chose not to kill yourself because your life has become terrible all of a sudden.
Oh, man.
All right.
I probably would kill myself. I'd piggy myself like Lord of the Flies.
Pull a rock off of another rock.
Tom
how I
Hanks
wanna
and
go.
Castaway. Just throw the body off the edge to see if you'll make it.
No, Piggy Yourself is definitely the best. I identify with that character too much. I wish I was dead by a falling
What a
rock.
horrific book. Anyway,
Yeah,
yeah.
this is a rough book. Good one, but rough.
But we're not talking about books. We're talking
Not
about...
yet.
We're not going to talk
Oh, it's
about
not.
books.
Oh, it's not on our. That's not on our.
We will
Desert
never
Island.
talk about books.
Reading.
I found it both shallow and pedantic.
Alex, go first.
Okay.
3 movies.
3 movies. Crank 2, and then the inevitable Crank 3 when it's. I just want him to CIA plane drop it down to me on my desert island.
Once it's done.
2018.
Hey, you know that kid who's been stuck on that island watching Crank 1 and Crank 2 for a decade?
We're gonna orchestrate a major mission to get him Crank 3.
Let's
the
not
crankiest.
take him off the island. Let's just bring him the next installment of the Crank series.
It's like that Batman where they drop it down on the floating light balloon. Yes, it's here. It's finally here. No, if I had to pick, my first one would definitely be The Departed. Probably my all-time favorite. It's always a tie between that and Goodfellas, which is my second. But there's just something about The Departed that really, I don't know, really brings me home.
That's a good answer.
And then my third one,
So your second answer was Goodfellas. Is that what you're saying?
yeah, my second. Sorry, Brian, I had to pick both.
Yeah, you took.
I could
I
take
don't
two
know.
of
I'll
them.
figure something out.
You can have
There's more
Aaron,
movies.
I'll give you good. You
No,
can have
those are the
Goodfellas.
2.
Are we all on the same island just watching movies together? Is that what we're doing?
I'll give Brian Goodfellas, and I'll pick 2 more. We'll
Yay!
say, I would bring with me probably. I'm big on mafia movies, but I'd probably go Godfather 1. That's my favorite. I know it's not the best, but it's certainly my favorite.
That's a fine
You
movie.
say, yeah, nothing wrong with the original.
Everybody likes Godfather 2, though, and I feel like you always get kind of casted stares whenever you say, I like Godfather 1 more.
The only one that's unacceptable is Godfather 3. If that's
Godfather
your,
3
that's
is
your favorite,
really
then you
bad.
think you're.
Godfather 1, a movie that I went an entire film studies program at Mizzou and never saw. Still haven't seen.
That's shocking.
You've never seen
That's
The Godfather?
genuinely surprising.
I've never seen The Godfather.
Nah, that's horrifying.
My
I
final,
own it.
My
We'll
final.
watch it.
Thank God we're stuck
Yeah.
on this island and I get to watch it 500 times.
We watched the whole like surmised version when it's
Yeah.
got all the best important parts.
The 600-minute version.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
supercut.
Francis Coppola needs to learn to wrap it the fuck up. That's something he could have learned in film school, Matt. Just wrap it up. It's done. It's fucking keep the movie going. My last choice is gonna be. I have a lot of feelings on that. My last choice is gonna be Hateful Eight. Actually,
Really?
I want to take
What?
I like
all
that
the
movie.
Tarantino movies, you take Hateful Eight?
I want a Kurt Russell movie and I want a Tarantino movie, and that's the only way I meet in the middle. And I genuinely like that movie. So
That's fine. It's your
yeah.
list.
It's my fucking list, Matt. Eat a dick, man. You can bring Pulp Fiction.
Just because it's his favorite.
I didn't say it was
I think,
the best.
I think that's what I assume that it's the one that you like the most if you're bringing it on a desert island.
Oh, it is the one I like the most. I've said
It's
that
his favorite. It's not the
It's
best,
my
though.
favorite. It's not the best. Pulp Fiction's the best, arguably.
Okay.
I would say Pulp Fiction's the best. Then I'd say Reservoir Dogs, and then everything kind of trickles
True
down.
Romance.
True Romance is good, but
Yeah, although
that's
it's
not his
technically
movie.
Yeah, whatever.
But he wrote it, so I'll give it to you. True Romance is a Tarantino to
Yeah.
me. When they
You
do
guys,
that,
you guys
whole-
wouldn't put Django in your top 3 for Tarantino movies?
if you got
No,
Hateful Eight, it's
probably
kind of
not.
just like Django. I've seen Django so much.
Yeah, because it's great.
It is good, but it's not my favorite. Don't get me wrong, I love it, but I just prefer Hateful Eight. because it's like having The Thing too, and that's one of my favorite movies. But it's kind of like a little more than The Thing.
Yeah.
So you get a little more Russell for your buck. Plus he does that horses laugh part, and that fucking cracks me up every fucking time. I'd rather horses laugh, and he fucking runs his fingers through his mustache. I'd be laughing for hours on end on this fucking desert island. They'd think I was insane. All right, Matt, your turn. Since you're the fucking wizard of movies.
I am not the wizard. I've never seen The Godfather. I'm the farthest thing from a wizard.
You know what? Yeah, fuck you, man.
Let's see. I mean, probably, honestly, Django. I would probably bring that.
That's fair. I like that movie.
Yeah, I would bring Django. I would bring Shawshank.
It's good,
What?
but I don't know. It's good, but
It's excellent.
not for me.
It's probably one of the best screenplays of all time.
I'm sure it is, man. I don't know. I don't really like Forrest Gump. I mean, I like Forrest Gump, but people kind of build it up.
We're talking about two entirely different things here.
Oh, are we?
Forrest Gump is much more built up than Shawshank.
I will agree with that there.
You want to talk about a movie
I
that
will
uses
agree.
something stupid as a crutch, making a retarded guy run across the country and building a movie around it. That's pretty much the whole movie.
I just don't like when people are like, oh, God, Shawshank Redemption. Like, it's like everybody knows it's fucking good. We don't have to keep hearing about how good it fucking is.
Both movies are on TV far too much.
Yeah,
I agree with
that's
that.
probably my biggest complaint. That's probably because me and him, my bad, you weren't there for that. Me and him have had that conversation where it's like, okay, I fucking get it. Shawshank Redemption is great. Can we stop like putting it on every other fucking week?
So would you say it's like the Stairway to Heaven of movies?
Yeah, I would probably call it that. Yeah, I'd say it's like the Beatles of movies. Like we all know it's good. We don't have to keep fucking beating it into the ground how great it is.
Oh, what's this? Hey Jude, that new Beatles song? I've never seen this one before.
Oh Jesus, it is the Hey
Okay.
Jude of movies.
So my first movie was Django. My second movie was Shawshank, and my
Both good
third movie
choices.
is Space Jam.
Really?
A surprising
Absolutely.
come behind, but you know what? I respect it. Good for you.
Yeah, Space Jam. It's not good. Having watched it recently, it's really not. It's really not good.
Doesn't hold up the way
But
it
it's
did when you were a
got-
kid.
It's got Michael Jordan. It's got Bill Murray. It's got
Larry Bird.
What's Newman's name? What's the actor's name?
Wayne Knight.
Wayne Knight. There you
And
go.
then you
Good
got
call.
Larry Bird. You got Muggsy Bogues. You got a couple of people in there.
Got Ewing,
Charles
Patrick
Barkley.
Ewing, Charles,
Patrick Ewing and Charles.
Sir
Barkley.
Charles.
I could watch a cop drama with just those two as cops.
There's a movie.
That's terrible, Patrick. It's terrible that he raped and murdered that young woman. Damn it, Charles. I know. As long as Patrick Ewing still rocks
Basketball
that
Jones.
I got a basketball Jones. I would watch that shit. You're tuning into Barkley and Pat. The dirtiest cops on the force.
So that's my three.
That's a good one. That's a good choice. That's in my Blu-ray collection, so
Space Jam.
yeah. I got it for like cheap. I got it for like
Does it make
$2.
a difference?
No, it
seeing
does not.
The
You can-
animated hairs on
I
Bugs
feel-
Bunny's head.
I
You got
feel
the
like I
Blu-ray?
can smell Michael Jordan. That's about as close as it gets.
I would not want to do that.
He's
an
sweaty.
asshole.
He is sweaty. He's an asshole. You know he made that movie, I heard, because of his gambling debts?
That's the.
I thought that's why he played baseball.
Yeah, that's the big conspiracy why he stopped playing basketball out of nowhere.
That is, yeah, that, and then that's another one I've heard this. I should have started with that.
Yeah,
But yeah, that he made Space Jam because he was in tremendous amounts of debt. And then
I believe it.
Yeah, it's not an outrageous lie, if it's a lie. Doesn't seem like, let's put it this way, it doesn't seem like it's something he would do.
Yeah.
Does or doesn't?
No, it does not. Not for prime Michael Jordan. Maybe now Michael Jordan would do that shit.
Oh, just like to up and quit playing. Like,
Up and quit playing basketball and also star in like a
Yeah, okay.
fucking cartoon movie.
I thought
No.
you were saying to accrue massive amounts of
No,
gambling
that
debt.
absolutely.
Yeah, that's right up Michael Jordan's alley.
NBA players in general like to do that.
Yeah.
Your turn, brah. Boo. Your turn, boo. Your turn, B.
So, I guess Goodfellas is on my list, which is probably true.
You're welcome.
The original Jurassic Park, because
Also
that's like one of my favorite movies of all time.
That's a very good answer.
Probably good survival skills too, depending on what kind of island you're on.
Entirely different situation.
Isla More or whatever the fuck.
I hope that's
island
T-Rex
Ooh,
can
or
help me
do I
crack
want
this
the
coconut
Lost
open.
World with
Lost World.
Goldblum?
is. Lost
Oh
World.
yeah, that's
Yeah, Lost World.
All the dinosaurs
And
doubled.
Vince Vaughn. Yeah. What a star-studded cast. Yeah.
They really got it. They nailed it.
Yeah. The Lost World.
Life finds a way.
Those are both of those are in the first movie. So yeah, no, it's the first. It's first movie. First movie.
Goldblum.
it's
though.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah, I think Goldblum's in the first one. Still.
isn't Must Go Faster? Isn't that first movie too?
Yeah,
Must Go Faster.
Nice.
No,
Bones.
just
a couple of
fucking yeah.
Rain Men, but
I just watched this movie the other day. I really liked it.
what would be my third one? Probably a funny movie, right?
Step Brothers. Doesn't get you there.
Or Pulp Fiction. Yeah, enough Tarantino.
Yeah, we all get it. He's good.
Wedding Crashers has never disappointed me once.
Yeah.
Even one time I've watched it. It is so.
What an idiot! Died
Dude.
in hang gliding accident. What a fucking idiot!
I have also never seen Wedding Crashers.
All right, dude.
Boy, that's
Come
a good
on,
movie.
man.
Boy, it's a good movie.
That
For a
was
guy
like-
who spent 4 years studying, I haven't seen a whole lot of them.
Well, Wedding Crashers isn't going to teach you anything about film. It's going to teach you a lot about humor.
Surprised that wasn't part of the thesis. Right?
Why is Wedding Crashers the most phenomenal thing to be made in this century?
Christopher Walken. Oh, it's fantastic.
Right about the tits in Wedding Crashers.
Bradley Cooper's in it. That was like the first time. You
Yeah.
ever you ever like read back and you're like, holy shit, that's the first time I saw that guy in anything. That was the first time I saw Bradley Cooper in anything was Wedding
Yeah.
Crashers.
Yeah.
Blows me away sometimes.
So yeah, those are my three.
He was Rocket the Raccoon.
Original Jurassic Park,
Goodfellas.
Goodfellas, and Wedding Crashers. I'm perfectly content with that.
Yeah, I could live on that.
Or could you be a real cocksucker and just put the original trilogy of Star Wars?
All three.
I wouldn't want the
Like,
original
would each of yours
trilogy.
be 1, 2, 3?
I'd
Yeah.
want
I mean, I wouldn't do it, but you
No,
could
I-
think about it, right?
I wouldn't even think about it.
I'd want 3, and then I'd want 5, and then I would want 6. I would rather watch them out of
That's
order
like
than
the
watch
least cohesive way to watch.
Yeah, what?
them. I wouldn't. Well, because those are
You
the
have
only,
to watch them in that order for the rest of your life.
That's fine. Those are the only 3 I really like.
Are you talking about 3 like Return of the Clones or Attack of the Clones or whatever? You're
That's
talking
not-
about like
that's
3.
2.
That's Revenge of the Sith is 3. 3 is one of my favorites actually.
Three's good.
That's Darth Maul, right?
It's yeah. They kind of made
No,
it.
that's
No,
Phantom
that's
Menace.
Phantom Menace. That's 1. 3 is when.
Have you seen any movies, Matt?
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
for a guy who loves movies so much.
Which is the one with Patrick Stewart? And he's driving the spaceship.
Oh man, I do love Patrick Stewart. All right, what's next? What are we doing next?
Well, we
If,
talked about movies. Now we're going to talk about TV shows.
Okay.
Oh, fuck. It's Always Sunny.
Yeah.
Are you going to do your 3 now?
Yeah, I'm jumping in. I
We'll
went
loop
last.
around.
Coming in hot.
We'll loop
Yeah.
around.
It's Always Sunny, Band of Brothers, and probably The Wire. Even though I've never seen The Wire. No, give
I
me a
wouldn't.
second.
I
Mad
wouldn't
Men.
take that with me. Mad Men? Did you say?
I said Mad Men, but I didn't mean it. South Park.
That's good.
Do I get to take all of the South Parks, or do I only get
Yeah,
to
you
take
take
like
all of it.
Okay, well then yeah, South Park for sure.
Yeah.
Or
Pretty extensive.
seasons.
Yeah.
Extensive show.
Or seasons of your choosing, but
Off the top
you
of my
take
head,
all
I
the
don't.
South
Yeah,
Parks.
South Park.
Might as well take them all, right? Fuck
Yeah,
it. You're
exactly.
on this island.
Yeah.
All right, dumbass, your turn.
Is it my turn? Or are you talking to yourself? Go ahead, Al. It's you.
Oh, I'll go. I want to go actually because I don't want anybody to steal my number 1 pick. Season 1 of True Detectives would definitely come with me. The Simpsons, pretty much everything in like from season 4 to 20, and then everything else you can keep. And then, shit, I don't know, Seinfeld for the last
Yeah,
one.
that's a tremendous
That's a very
one.
good one. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good answer.
Yeah, I watched it. Actually, it could only be Seinfeld, and I'd be content. But I don't want that True Detectives. I could watch
That's a
that
good
shit
one. Yeah,
unendingly.
first season so good.
Alexander Daddario in True Detective in the first season.
Yep.
Pretty good.
Ooh, you got spank material. You got spank material out there in this
I
desert.
only said that for the sound effect. I had no intention of talking about it any further. Than
Doesn't make it not true though.
Yeah.
That she is boing worthy.
All right, Matt.
There we go.
Okay.
All right.
all right. Enough.
All right, dumbass, your turn. I'm gonna break your fucking phone. I swear to God.
wait, there's one for that.
Oh my God. All right. All right,
okay,
Matt.
Matt, go.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care about Matt's answer. Oh man.
Moving on. All right. Do you have an answer for this, or are you just
No
gonna-
one cares.
Yeah.
I have 3 answers, and I'm going to tell them all.
Okay, go.
And I control the sound effects, so I can make it all sound great if you want.
I can shout over you.
Oh, God damn it.
Oh man, Matt.
Answer number 1.
God.
I wish I was genuinely dead.
Yeah. No one cares.
Top Gear is my number 1 answer.
Boo.
Good show, but fuck
Yeah.
you.
This is going to be it. This is going to be all Matt's answers from now on. Just eat a dick, Matt. It's hard to do this. I hate it, but I find it so funny.
I am genuinely bringing down the content of this show. So yeah, Top Gear number 1. Number 2, probably American Dad.
That was on my list, but I had to take the Simpsons.
I was hoping someone wouldn't say that because I knew I was going to say that.
That was on there, but I had to take The Simpsons.
And I will take my last show for the same reason I will take American Dad, because I think American Dad is funnier than Family Guy, and I think Futurama is funnier than The Simpsons.
I'll give you that. Probably.
So number 3, Futurama.
I was reading a thing about Futurama that apparently like that show is just totally outrageously expensive to make.
Well, it's probably why it got canceled like 3 times, right?
Yeah, that's a big part actually why it has gotten canceled. Plus, like I read another thing that like a lot of the writers are like hold PhDs in like astrophysics and like all that crazy
smart.
shit. Yeah, so
It's also like one of the most meta shows in the world too, where it just like calls upon itself and like just harks back to things that it created.
Futurama is a very good choice. I respect that.
Yeah, it's a wonderful show.
If for anything else but hedonism bot.
Yeah.
Yes!
Bring me my purging feather.
We will dine tonight in the chocolate icing. Okay. And last but not least,
Video games.
Vigi games.
Vidges.
Matt's going to do a Vigi game for
Video
us.
games.
All right, stupid. Pick your 3.
Every time you call me stupid, I'm going to make you go.
Okay. It's a good way for me to go. I don't mind.
Please no, Matt.
I'm going to find a good one for whatever Alex says.
Does it have to be like on any console in particular? It can be anything.
Just the 3 that you want,
Okay.
I would say.
God damn, that scared the shit out of me.
Who was that for? Who's that for?
I'll say Red Dead Redemption since we started with that. Thanks, Matt. You ruined it for Brian and me. Next, I'll say the Punisher game on Xbox. That's one of my personal favorites. That's a game you can put a guy's face down on a thing and then run like a fucking drill through it. Surprisingly fitting. I didn't think he was going to be able to pull one out for that.
I'll get better at it. I'm still
Dunk their
learning.
head in a piranha tank. And then my last one.
Oh man, I have one for that.
Oh man, Fallout.
Which one? Which Fallout?
4. I like 4. With all the content and shit, so you got a lot of time killing. It's a
All
time,
the goodies.
Yeah, I would say Fallout 4 or New Vegas. Either one doesn't matter. They're pretty interchangeable.
They're all pretty good, but they're all the same game.
Yeah, they all are the same game.
Brian?
Oh, okay. Since no Red Dead Redemption, I would pick Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, certainly.
Good pick. It's impossible to beat. It feels like.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah.
Especially if I get to go back and play with like active online rosters, because that was a lot of fun. Even though I said horrible, terrible things to a lot of complete strangers on the internet. And then probably bringing it back to a prior podcast, I'd probably bring ESPN NFL 2K5 TO on the cover. It is so goddamn good. You get the...
That's really that much better of a football game than all the ones that have been released in the 11 years since then?
Yeah, I was
Yes.
thinking,
12 years almost now?
I was listening to the podcast and you said that, and I was thinking that too. I was like, what is so great about this game that makes it so good?
It's just the presentation is like you get like little highlights of every game that's simulated and yours, like in a NFL ESPN style broadcast, and it had like a
feature that
Pro.
EA will bring back now in 2 years,
Yeah.
saying it's brand new.
It had like
EA.
a really in-depth franchise mode.
I want to change one of my answers I just thought of.
It is, yes, it is so much better than any Madden.
I'm going to look it up at some point. I want to change one of my answers before we do this. Matt, you're not going to pick this game, so don't worry.
Okay.
Blitz the League 2 is my third choice.
Is that the one where you like do drugs?
That's the one where you do drugs and like
Get DUIs and all that
They
stuff?
have the little when you injure somebody, they have the little animation of the inside of the body, so like you can rupture a testicle. If you guys have never seen,
Oh,
this,
no, yeah, because you see the bones break.
yeah,
And
you
that
see
was
the
like
bones
why it was
break.
rated M,
That
right?
game was fucking amazing.
Yeah, I
it was
forgot all
just
about
it was
that.
so, and it was such a fucking dig to the NFL, and the NFL hated it so much, and Midway just really fucked them because I think there's some bad blood after Blitz too.
Probably.
So yeah, no, definitely Blitz the
Anything
League
that
2.
sticks to the NFL is fine by me.
I love it too because the team
Yes.
names were great. They had the one team, the LA Riot was the one team name. They had the New Mexico Aztecs, and they played in like an Aztecan stadium. Did you ever see that shit? It was cool.
I did. I'm changing my NFL game to Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Yeah,
Good answer.
bones on that. Good
Yeah.
work. All right, not you,
The sound their fists made.
not you, sound effect. Not you, sound.
God damn it.
damn it, Matt. Fair.
You can give me that one. Come on.
Yeah, fair.
That's
All right,
apt,
Matt.
that's fitting.
All right, Matt. Finish this off. Then finish me off. Kill me, not sex. Now sex. Now
All right, so first one would be another Grand Theft Auto, but it would be 5 because I've had hours of playing that game. I think it's wonderful.
That is a very good game.
Currently replaying it now, and forgot that you have to turn autosave on. So I spent like 3 hours, and then I replayed the 3 hours the following day.
That's a real fucking bummer.
After that would be Forza 5. I haven't bought it yet, but I assume if I had purchased, if I got Forza 6
you
by
don't,
now, I
you
would
don't
bring it up.
speak too good, do you,
I ain't
boy?
speaking good none.
You Missourian, that's for sure.
So after GTA 5 and Forza,
Is that the
5.
one? Is that the one that's narrated by the guys from Top Gear?
crew.
Yeah,
that was 4 they did. That was narrated by them.
Oh, 4 is.
Man, you know what? Yeah,
Awesome.
Forza 4. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they have like a narration for every single race and every single car.
Yeah, they
That's
do.
That's a good one.
They're really
So
cool.
I can watch Top Gear and then I can play my Top Gear video game and I can just live in a world of sadness by myself. And then I would bring NHL 16.
See, I would never bring NHL.
Yeah, no.
I get like why it's a good choice though, because you got the like it's monotonous where you could keep playing it. Where like games with story modes, you eventually you're just gonna be like, oh my fucking god, like how many times can you watch the same movie? How many times can you play the same game? But not NHL, man. They got
You know what? That might be also a bad answer because the part of the reason I play NHL so much is like online and playing people, and
Yeah,
the
man.
online gameplay is much different than.
You're not getting fucking Wi-Fi on this island.
I don't know, man. They're dropping Crank 3 on you, so this island's got a lot
That
of
was
stuff going on.
that was a major military operation. Your fucking Wi-Fi is not a priority to the United States government.
But I mean, no, I did. Can we just segue into our next thing that we were going to talk about?
Yeah,
Sure.
I'm not going
I-
to press you for this.
I
don't
said I'm
give
going to
a
bring
shit.
NHL, and I play NHL all the time, but the company that makes the game, or I guess I should say the company that produces the game, right? Is that the correct? What is
They
how you
make,
make-
they're
they make
developed.
it.
It's developed. They do everything.
EA Sports is what
Yeah.
we're talking about.
Sorry.
They're like Comcast and Nestle levels of terrible as far
Yeah.
as companies go.
They are really fucking awful.
And it's getting worse.
It's only getting worse.
And it's not going to change because people keep buying the games and shit. So
That's right.
Let's
And
run through,
they're
like,
making
our-
millions off microtransactions.
What was like, because everybody has that one EA game that was just so fucking bad that it sold you on how bad they are.
NHL 15 when it first came
Yep.
out for the Xbox One, it was the worst.
It wasn't a complete game.
It was unplayable.
Yeah, it was terrible.
You want to know mine?
I
mine.
do, Al.
The UFC that came out for Xbox
Oh,
One,
yeah.
the first one, that was a horrendous piece of shit.
When they tried to, is that the one where they have Ultimate Team in UFC?
That's this.
It's like
new-
it's
that's
Ultimate
this-
Team with
yeah.
one guy. It's one thing.
That's this newest one. You can have like a fight camp, and you can have more than one guy. I don't play that shit. So
Well, that's how they make all their money. So
yeah,
they're going to
it's
shoehorn it into every
microtransaction.
game.
Yeah,
I don't
they don't
know.
even make a complete game now. They just.
I don't know about the Rory McIlroy.
I'm sure they do.
McIlroy
I'm
game.
sure you
I've
have
heard-
to get clubs
I'm
out of a pack or something like that.
Those-
I'm
that
pretty
would
sure
piss
you have
me
to
off
buy
so
golf
bad.
courses.
Oh, that would piss me off.
Like you
so
don't even
bad.
get all the golf courses anymore.
Everybody also has that EA game that they really love though that sold them on it. So do you have one? Because I actually do have one.
On EA,
Yeah.
probably like FIFA 08 or something. I don't know. I always did love the FIFA games, but I don't know. My EA for me was mostly just the best of a bad situation because they made all the sports games. It wasn't so much that I enjoyed
That's true.
the games themselves.
This was before 2K was like really a thing.
Well,
Like,
that
it was
was
always
the
a
thing. It's
thing.
like 2K's hockey games were always better than EA's, and it just EA bought the rights. Oh no, that was the NFL. That's why they stopped making their fucking. You know what? I will say this though. EA's MLB 2005, I guess. Yeah, 2005. God damn it, Alex.
Who was that?
That was Sam again. I thought I turned it off. Go on. I would rather take the text noise over that. I just want you to know. God damn, it's so stupid. Okay.
I don't know. They made a good baseball game a decade ago.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Matt's gonna play Woodland Critters over me, so
I liked NBA Live 08 with Gilbert Arenas on the cover. That was always a personal favorite of
It
mine.
was fun playing each other.
That was fun playing each other. Dan, if you're out there, you will always and
not.
forever be a loser.
No one is. We might as well have microphones in front of us.
No one listens to
This
us.
is a kitchen table conversation that will fall on no ears.
On deaf ears.
Not even deaf ears. Deaf ears would imply people were listening.
Yep.
But no, I mean, I'm looking it up, and what year is this?
That microphone.
This was 3 months ago. You want to know how much money Ultimate Team has made since the beginning of this year? So 7 months?
Probably.
Across all games? Take a guess before I tell you. Take a guess.
$250,000.
Oh, no.
What? No.
I don't know. I
Probably
just
like
threw a number out.
$125 million.
Alex, do you have a guess that you want to put on?
Yeah, I'll say $1 billion. I'll highball it.
Okay, so you're highballing at $1 billion?
I'm gonna highball it at $1 billion.
$1.3 billion.
Holy shit!
Across all the games. Across FIFA, across NHL, across...
Oh, I wasn't listening. I thought it was just FIFA. Never mind. Yeah.
FIFA
that
is
makes-
probably 3/4 of that.
Yeah, I would
But
believe
it's
that.
still $1.3 billion.
That's insane.
That's to date this year, starting in January.
Yeah.
That's
Up until-
grotesque.
yeah.
America
That's why they're not going
needs
to
get it together.
Yeah, that's why they
Why
won't
would
change
they?
anything. Yeah.
People are going to keep buying it.
Yep.
You keep making them, I'll keep eating them, right? The Rizzo meatball method of business.
I'm looking forward to this new NHL, but not for any other reason than Vladimir Tarasenko being on the cover. I don't think anything good's
probably
gonna
the last
happen.
time I buy an actual physical copy of an NHL game.
Oh, why would you? What they need to do
They're
is
not good.
yeah,
It's just
they're not.
They are, well, every year I do this. Every year I get excited because they're adding something back.
What are they adding back this year?
They're adding, it's no longer like GM mode. They're taking franchise mode from Madden, and now it's franchise mode,
That is pretty cool.
where you can like relocate your team. So you could take the Blues and make them the Hartford Whalers or something like that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Hartford tampons.
It's just going to be half baked, and
I know it's
I
it's
don't care.
hyped up too much for it
Yeah.
to be actually good.
I miss when they used to make college basketball games.
College football games were ruled,
Oh,
but
yeah.
that
Well,
was
it
just
like,
exploitation
I had like
of
Game Day
Yeah.
2006 or something like that with the Miami Hurricanes guy on the cover.
Yeah.
That one was awesome.
yeah.
Those were good games, but you're right. That was an extreme
Couldn't have the player names.
exploitation.
Just
Yeah,
number 26 from
yeah, because of
number
likeness
25
rights
from
and all
you.
that.
Everyone knows who that is.
Yeah.
Reggie Bush.
Yeah.
Tell me it's not.
Fucking what's it called? Like representation of that in South Park when they made fun of EA because
Yeah.
they're like slave owners. Pretty much was perfect. It was the perfect.
They were making
synopsis.
fun of the NCAA, weren't they? That wasn't.
They were
bad.
making fun of both, but they were making fun of EA too for being dickheads. I don't think they were making fun of. I think you're right. I don't think they were making fun of EA for being slave owners. They were making fun of NCAA for being slave owners, which one might argue.
Yeah, it's
pretty true.
pretty deplorable.
You know what it is kind of cool though about like, well, NFL games more so than NHL games, but like the ability to play as. Do they still have this in Madden? Like play as past great teams. Like,
They
you can
don't.
play as like
Not this year. They used to have that.
That's
think.
why fucking
2K is-
2K, the NBA 2K is the best sports video game on the market.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
miles ahead.
Basketball and like hockey maybe are the only sports you could really do that with though. Like if they were to put like the 99 Rams out there, like that's a lot
It's
of
almost
work.
too many guys. Yeah.
It's too many like as
Yeah,
They
much
did
as
it
it
with
would be,
college football teams in game day. You could play as like the 1922 Stanford.
Yeah.
yeah, but they didn't have to enter in names or have player pictures or none of
Yeah,
that
yeah,
shit.
it was just
They could just say
a team. You just
yeah.
probably copy and paste a team.
Right.
How
yeah,
you
and then
do
you
it.
just new jerseys in a
Yeah.
different ranking.
You're right.
That's why
NFL,
it was cool.
NFL, that would be a lot. That's 52 guys.
That's an hour. And like if you think about all the great NFL teams that people would want, like
Yeah.
they'd want like the Howie Long
Raiders,
Raiders. And you got to fucking
The
feed man there.
85 Bears and
Yeah.
The 85 Bears, the fucking Brett Favre Packers. That's why it's,
Mm-hmm.
Dan Marino Dolphins.
It won't be long before that's all DLC, I'm sure.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
You
that-
can buy it
there's
for
some-
$16 a
Yeah.
team.
I would pay like that kind of money to
And
play as the
that's-
99 Rams though. Like
That's
that,
the problem. That's
but
exactly
see,
the problem
that's-
we're talking about.
That's a thing though. That's the like they don't make shit like that that's worth buying. They just like, oh, you're gonna fucking maybe you'll get a Walter Payton card in this fucking
Yep.
little pack. That's what pisses me off. Like I would pay the money to just play as Walter Payton in like a whole. Which granted, they're not going to do that because
Then you'll spend more money for the option to have the luck to
to
win.
keep
Walter
trying
Payton.
to get Walter Payton. Yeah.
If you walk into a casino and say, "Hey, I'll buy this slot machine off you for $100," they're not going to do that. They're
Yeah.
gonna keep playing the slot machine.
Yeah, well, that's a poor example, but yeah,
Well,
exactly.
the whole thing is like a casino, man. It's
Oh,
children
yeah.
gambling.
It is like children. That's a fantastic synopsis of that. It is children gambling.
Yeah.
Something I've thought about before.
Pretty terrible.
It's
Yeah,
pretty. Yeah,
'cause
it's pretty
you
grotesque
can't
when you
tell me
say
that-
it like that.
At least, because I mean, I'm a grown man and I play Ultimate Team and I've spent a little money on it.
Yeah.
And
How much money to date have you spent on it? Because I think the last time I asked you, it was
Too much.
Yeah, it was.
well,
high.
on 17, I haven't spent that much, but on 16, I like I didn't do anything but like I would go to school and then I would do my homework and then I'd like hang out with
15,
people.
because we have 16 right now.
You're right. So
17
15
hasn't come out.
On 15, I spent probably
Good work, fact check.
$200
That's
over the course of a year.
that doesn't sound like a lot, but that's like a lot.
No, it is. Yeah.
When like each
when you're doing
transaction is
each
like
one's
$1.
like $3 or
Oh, is it $3?
$2.50.
I
It's
thought
like
it was like-
$2.50, $3. It was like
That's
the
a
prices have
lot.
gone up.
Yeah.
The price, there's market inflation on this
But
fucking
yeah,
made up thing.
I haven't spent like even near a quarter of that on 16, and my team's better.
Good, don't fuck them.
But no, I mean you can't tell me that at least 3/4 of the people that play this game are under 21, right?
God,
No, yeah.
And you're telling me they all have debit cards and
Well,
credit
you-
cards that
no,
they're
it's
charging
e-
these things
yeah.
to?
It's like
Well,
dad. It's
fucking
dad's card.
Call of Duty is even worse about that shit, because like you're paying for like skins on your gun that don't even provide like a benefit to you really, aside from making it look cool. And that is primarily young kids playing.
Right.
That's
I
like
was-
all like preteens to teenagers.
It's like it's a little bit of a legal loophole, I think.
When
They're,
you get
they're
to, like,
taking money
that-
from kids who are old enough to spend it.
Well, okay, so it's funny you bring that up. So my cousin is a big time gamer, and so he plays a ton of these games like competitively, and he's on Twitch and all that shit. That's good for him. I couldn't see it, but good for him. That Counter-Strike Global Operative
Yeah.
game, that is like the grown-up version of that, and it's shocking. I used to be in class.
People
and I used-
spend thousands of
They
dollars.
do.
on that.
Yeah.
They do. And it's like there's an actual like market around shit like that. Like people can like commit like people real life commit fraud with that. Like, "Oh, I'll sell you this if you do this." It's disgusting. Like
yeah.
there was a kid sitting in front of me in a class and I used to watch him. That's all he did all day was watch other people play that game. And then like I would see him like scroll through. I couldn't understand what it was cuz it was all written in like I think he was Chinese. I'm not sure. It might have been. It's some script.
Probably.
Yeah, and so I couldn't see, but I could see dollar sign. I could see like dollar amounts, and like I saw like 1,500 for like a gold knife. I'm like, are you? I had to bite my tongue a couple of times. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Because I saw him bid on something one time. Oh man, that's weird.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I remember because I was like similarly to that. Because there's like subreddits and Twitter people that have like NHL things, and I've read them before. And I was reading this one about this kid who he had like an account on Reddit, and he would like post on there all the time, and he had to deactivate it because he had his dad's credit card, and like I guess wasn't old enough to understand how credit works. That you like owe that money.
It wasn't just free money.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh my, this is just something that goes on my dad's account. His business will pay it off." And they was like, "No." So this kid put his dad like $2,500, $3,000 in debt.
Oh, I
Jesus Christ.
fucking
and
strangle
his
him.
credit card company came and was like, "Hey, we got to cancel your card. We need this money. Like, you can't."
Yeah.
And the dad was like, "What are you talking about? I don't know what that is." And the kid like just took the card one day, and it takes 2 minutes to enter the stuff into an Xbox. All you
Yeah.
can do is click agree to terms and conditions.
I would-
All of a sudden, you're in a human centipede level of debt.
Ooh, I would fucking kill.
Yeah.
I would kill my son. I would kill him dead.
But I mean, that's a real thing you got to worry about. I
Yep.
mean,
That's terrifying. The fucking
it's not taking cash out of his wallet; it's taking a card and having unlimited amounts of money.
that Jack Black. He was on what is it now? Kimmel, and he was talking about that his son took his phone information and spent like $3,000 on like Angry Birds.
Yeah, that happens in the App Store all the time.
Yeah.
But you gotta think they're probably like the last generation that'll happen to, because all of us are growing up with it and privy to that shit. You're not gonna let your kid.
Have
I
my
mean,
credit
hopefully with
card.
like fingerprint recognition now, that stuff will stop. But
Yeah, the chip and
unless
all
they
that.
add it to a controller, which would be kind of cool. But
Your bank, if your bank was smart, what they'd start doing is they would start recognizing that kind of spending on an account and start contacting you immediately.
Like
credit
when
card
they-
company's not going to do that.
Well, no, not a
You're
credit
gonna
card company,
jack
but
up
you,
interest on
you
you
would
if
think
you're
your
gonna spend a
bank.
lot,
I
right?
think a bank would probably do a lot better as far as like a family
Yeah,
company,
they would-
though. If
they
they
would shut
started
the card
like,
down.
listen, we can like, there's no fucking way that you're spending that would be funny though. Like if you're actually into that shit and you're spending a lot of money, there's no fucking way you're spending $3,000 on Angry Birds. Actually, I am, dude. Like
Well,
that would
there's,
be the worst phone
Because
conversation.
there's I don't know if they do this for Madden or for anything else, or for FIFA. But if you're like an NHL player or like a semi-professional player, EA will give you a card of yourself in Ultimate Team that you're like 99 rated overall. And so like Matthew Tkachuk and all these prospects that like grew up playing video games like play the game, and
Yeah.
they spend probably $1,000, $1,500 a month on the game
That's ridiculous.
because
That's
they like
stupid.
playing it and they have money to blow. I mean, they have these contracts, and for someone like that, I mean, nuts?
American greed.
Must
Yeah.
be nice.
right, crazy. Are we done talking about EA?
We are done
And
talking
how
about
deplorable
EA.
it is.
What a
It's
terrible,
yeah,
terrible
the
talk
micro,
about
the
Two
fear of the
deplorable
microtransaction.
people.
Yeah. You
So we're
ready?
gonna slide into that with the newest game, well, not the newest game, but the newest version of our game, Celebrity vs. Celebrity. Fucks, doobity, boobida boo.
Wait a minute.
Dude, this is stretching for a gag, Matt.
Wait a minute.
I don't like it.
Wait a minute.
We're funnier than this. This is lowbrow.
That's not good.
Long way to go for that
Yeah,
one, Matt.
Could have
Okay.
been better.
The good thing about Celebrity vs. Celebrity, there's no microtransactions, so we won't fuck you in the ass in your bank account. But the bad thing about it is extremely stupid. Okay, first, today's game,
What? Hey.
Donald Trump versus Daniel Kroenke, the bane of our fucking existence here in this river town. So what we're going to do is I'm going to read a couple of facts, I'm going to read some quotes, and you guys got to tell me, is it Donald Trump or is it Stan Kroenke? Let's begin.
Was Donald Trump a Kennedy there?
Donald Trump. Look at me. I've got the biggest hands. That's a give me. That's clearly Donald Trump. Okay, first round.
Is it 5? Is it best of 5?
It is best of 6 because one of these is a straight up gimme.
I'm going to do a drum roll before every answer.
Okay. Go. Do it.
No, so you say the question.
All right.
I'll do a drum roll.
First question. Due to behavior problems, left school at age 13 and was enrolled in the New York Military Academy.
Shouldn't you and I guess and then Matt or Alex read the answer and then you do the drum roll? Wouldn't that make more sense? Like I would guess Donald Trump.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, Alex.
We're not doing the drum roll again.
Yeah.
You two guess now.
Trump.
Yeah, I'm going to say Trump on that one.
You were both correct. It is Donald Trump.
Fantastic news.
Great.
That one was kind of these are kind of hard because of where they're located, but it's fine. It's whatever. You get to learn that these two guys are a couple of cunts and something you probably already knew.
All right, let's
Birds
try
of a
this again.
feather.
Yeah.
Birds of a
Birds of a-
terrible, awful, dirty,
Cunty-
gross, cunty, spineless feather.
Birds of a California condor.
The cuntiest of birds, yes, Matt. Bonus points for Matt for knowing that.
Yay.
All right, ready? Question 2.
All right, so you're going to read the question.
Oh,
I know how the format of this goes. Just know when to do the
No,
drum
don't
roll.
we never done this?
Was not drafted into the All right. Question 2. Was not drafted into the Vietnam War for several reasons. Student deferments, a medical deferment, and then a lucky high number in the draft lottery.
Kroenke.
I'm going to say Trump on that one.
Donald Trump.
Ah, shit.
All right.
You want to think that Stan Kroenke... Oh, man, I hate
Yeah,
this.
Jesus Christ.
You want to think that Stan Kroenke would just weasel his way out of the Vietnam War because he is, in fact, a pussy.
Yeah.
But Donald Trump.
Yeah, when I heard high draft number and, chronically rich person, that's
Yeah.
wake up.
Okay. I don't even know. Is Stan Kroenke old enough to be in the draft?
Oh, yeah.
Is he?
About
I don't know how
He's
old
like
he
a
is.
walking cadaver out there. Look at fucking...
Father time. Okay. Last of the facts, and then we move into the very anticipated quotations round.
Ooh.
His first job was sweeping the floor at his father's lumberyard.
Kroenke. Oh, sorry. Is there more?
There's more. By age
Called
10,
Kroenke Lumber. Okay.
by age 10, he was keeping the company books.
Kroenke still.
Kroenke still.
I'm going to stick with Trump. I'm going to stick to my guns.
Okay.
Is this fun for you, Matt?
It's great.
Okay.
Should have called it cooking the company's books. It is Stan Kroenke.
Ah, damn it.
Brrr-cha. All right. Now we move in to the quotations round. The best part. All right. First quotation. Part of the beauty of me is I'm very rich.
That's Trump.
Okay. I'm not even going to do the drum roll. Trump.
Okay. And the answer is Trump. All right. Hey, this is probably going to be a lot easier than I thought.
Oh, God damn it.
Bowling pins.
Take
All
the
right.
fucking phone away from him.
Give me the phone. All right. Next one. Money was never a big motivation for me, except a way to keep score. The real excitement is playing the game.
Kroenke.
Yeah, I'm going to say Kroenke.
Donald Trump.
Oh,
I know, that was a good one, right? I
That
found
one.
that, and I was like, oh, that's actually good.
that was a good one. What's
All
it?
right.
3-2, Matt.
All right.
Oh my
Oh, they
God!
do it twice?
Oh my
God.
God! Stop!
Is the button stuck?
Stop this!
I can't.
All right, unplug your phone. I'm going to break it. Matt, figure it.
Never
I
again
don't
with
know.
this shit.
We give you an inch and you hang yourself with it. I'm so pissed. All right, the final round. I don't even know what the score is.
No, don't
Brian-
open it back up.
Brian's winning. Brian's winning.
Give me my phone charger back. Never again.
Brian's winning. Doesn't matter how he answers this next one. Brian wins.
Really,
Matt's-
we're all losers because of Matt and his incessant sound clips.
All the sounds get stuck on.
fucking dick horn or whatever it's called.
a slide whistle, you asshole.
Those are dick horns to me. You know what, Matt? You lose. You lose times two now.
Dick horn.
All right, last quote. Economics is about creating a win-win situation, but in sports, someone loses.
Kroenke.
See, the last one sounded like Kroenke, and it was Trump. So I'm gonna say Trump.
To really stick it in you guys, Stan Kroenke.
Ah, man.
Sports, somebody loses.
Yeah.
The entire
City of St. Louis.
city of St.
you
Louis.
His,
Fucking mustache
all of his
douchebag.
sports teams.
Yes.
Yeah, actually, not a winner in the pack.
Nope.
He owns what? The Rams. He owns the Avalanche. He
Owns
owns
the
Arsenal.
Denver Nuggets.
He owns the Nuggets too.
Well, now I officially don't. I don't know, but he did own the Denver
He
Nuggets.
Doesn't like his daughter own
His
another football
son,
team or something
his
like that?
son owns the Avalanche, I think, technically. And
Yeah,
that's
because you're not supposed to own.
yeah,
more than
and
one
he
or something.
owns whatever the the Denver MLS team is out there
Yeah.
too.
Doesn't he own the Nuggets? I thought he owned.
He
the
owns the
Nuggets.
Nuggets. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you can't own. You can't own.
And he owns
other-
4 of them.
Yeah, but he owns them. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
Because his pussy son probably doesn't do anything different than he does.
Probably not.
I'm sure. Yeah, he fucking doesn't do whatever.
All right.
Speaking of Kroenke's terrible sports teams, the Rams, the least exciting, statistically worst team in football, historically bad, got 2 reality TV shows just because they moved out to LA.
Go figure.
And
Can I do one more sound effect about that?
Sure.
okay,
Fuck you, man.
oh man, I wish they would have taken you with them, man. No, but
All right.
so like they didn't. So like the Rams fucking suck, and that's well established, and they sucked while they were here. But it's like they get on Hard Knocks, which they didn't want to do while they were in St. Louis.
Yeah, they made a point to not do that while they were in St. Louis because they knew they were leaving.
Yeah.
Scumbags.
They didn't want to draw any more attention to themselves. And then they have a show on E, which will follow around like it doesn't matter who, Kenny Britt and like Corey Harkey and stuff. So they're not even following around like the kid they drafted first or Todd Gurley or Aaron Donald, like the 3 things that are mildly entertaining about the Rams. They're following around fucking no-name players and putting it on E, and I just don't understand.
Gonna be having their wives on there too. See what
Probably. Oh yeah, I'm sure.
How are you dealing with moving from the Midwest to moving to the coast?
Yeah.
How has that
Probably all
affected
happy.
you?
They'll have a crossover with that one show, Wives and Girlfriends or whatever.
Yeah.
That's also on there.
Yeah.
I hate that
I'm
shit.
sure of
Boy,
that.
that's a recipe. For
And I'm
things that I
sure
don't
it'll
want.
be chock full of St. Louis bashing and
Oh, yeah.
how great LA is.
Well,
and-
St. Louis was nice, but it's just nice to be out here in Hollywood. Fuck
like,
you.
and
Smells his own ass after he said
another thing is like,
His spineless ass ain't gonna show up on either of these. He doesn't. Mr. Personality, Stan Kroenke.
I think the thing, like one of the things that bugged me, well, there's a lot of things that bug me, but the thing that bugged me the most is like a lot of the players were pretty classy about it all. Like they said St. Louis was fine.
Yeah, that's true.
And it was a great place to live and
Yeah.
we'll miss it and whatever. But
The
like the
faculty of the
franchise
team, yeah.
itself, the franchise itself has handled itself in such a disgusting, gutless way. I just don't understand it.
Yeah.
Like you won, you took the team, you got it.
Yeah.
You have to kick us while we're down.
Fan base is pretty rough too.
No one is claiming that St. Louis is better than LA
Yeah.
for a football market. Everyone understands there are millions
get
more.
it?
You could fit like 15 of St. Louis in LA.
Yeah,
One
Yeah,
might
I-
argue.
LA is huge,
yeah.
One might argue though
It's the second biggest market in the country.
but
that
arguing
it's not
St.
a
Louis
football market.
It's not really
LA?
a sports market.
not a sports
they
market.
front run.
Because they're big.
The Kings. Nobody was going to fucking Lakers games. You could get tickets for $30 this
Nobody was
past.
going to Kings games till they won.
Exactly.
Well, yeah.
They're front runners. Yeah. Dodgers games in the playoffs didn't sell out.
They've always had successful franchises for the most part, or reasons to go to games because they are the biggest market, but they're not a sports market.
Just think about the teams they've had. Gretzky, the greatest hockey player of all time.
Yeah.
They've had Magic Johnson, arguably one of the best basketball players of all time. Who else have they had?
There had to be a Dodgers
Sandy
player.
Koufax.
That Raiders
Didn't
team.
Sandy Koufax pitch for the Dodgers?
Yeah, I don't know. Were they out in L.A. at that time? Yeah, he was out in L.A. They were
They
still
had
in
the-
Brooklyn.
They
The
had
fuck
the
am I talking about?
winningest Raiders teams.
Who's the guy that hit the home run and did the...
Kirk Gibson, but I don't know if he was good. I just know that he had that moment.
That's just a moment. Yeah, you're right.
But regardless, they've had their fair share of winners, and when they're winning, it's great. But that's when one of the things is like, oh, St. Louis was so shitty and stayed away, but they were still selling like $35,000, $40,000 tickets to literally the worst team, the worst 5-year stretch in any team history in NFL.
They still
won,
had
like 7 or 8 games over that 5
They
five-year
won.
stretch,
They
right? Something
won-
crazy
they
like that.
yeah.
They went 16-65 over
Jesus Christ.
a 5-year span.
Yeah, and they still even had
Something like that.
season ticket holders,
And
or
you
whatever they are. The
think about that in the context of what I was saying
PSL.
earlier with how much bigger LA is. I mean, if 500,000 people in St. Louis stop giving a shit about the Rams, no one shows up. If 500,000 people in LA stop giving a shit about the Rams, 500,000 more people are going to step up in line and give a shit about the Rams, and so on and so forth.
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
15-fold of the fans that the Rams had here that are out in LA now. And so if all those people, it doesn't matter how many people don't give a shit. There's more people to give a shit because it's a huge space.
I'll be eager to see when they have to start tarping off parts of the fucking fan section.
I don't know,
They're
man.
not. It's
when
not
they
gonna
left
work.
the first time, they had Eric Dickerson. They went to the playoffs like 3 years in a row, and they still weren't selling
That was
out.
a successful franchise, and they couldn't sell out. And now he's building a bigger stadium.
They'll sell out because it's like the new thing, and the NFL is back.
It'll be a fashion statement for the first 2
Exactly.
years.
For like
they'll be-
2 or 3
Kings
years.
games are now.
Well, no, but yeah, see, that's the thing is that's what he's got going for him is they'll sell out every game this year for sure, even if when they go 6-10 or whatever it is they'll do, and then they'll be bad for a couple years, and right as they're bottoming out, they'll open the new stadium, and all those cocksuckers will flock to that because it'll be the place to be again.
Yeah.
So the Rams don't have to fuel a competitive team for like a decade, and they'll still be all right probably.
Well, that's the funny
I mean,
part
that's
about
why
it.
they moved the team, right?
Yeah.
That's the funny part about it.
And
Well, they haven't.
No
fielded.
team in the NFL needs to be successful because it's like a license to print money with all the TV money.
Right.
Yeah. That's the funny thing about it, though, too, is that like LA acts like they're inheriting this great thing.
Well,
Are you?
what was originally theirs is the claim that's being made. It's like they're coming.
It was
home.
never theirs.
Rams
They were
are
the
coming
Cleveland
home.
Rams.
Yeah.
I know. I understand that.
Oh man, I get so
You gotta
fucking
come at me
angry
about it.
I get so fucking angry when people say that shit. Oh man,
It's more of an LA thing. I just hate that.
I hate
city.
that whole city too. Actually, they're rivaling Chicago for my hatred. To tell you the honest to God truth, I at least like the Bulls.
Yeah,
I
say
can't
haven't
fucking
had
stand the Lakers.
a- No, yeah.
I can't stand the
I don't even watch
Kings.
basketball. I don't like the Lakers.
Oh man, I fucking hate LA. I hate the fucking Dodgers.
Yeah.
I used to like Matt Kemp, and then that whole series went on, and Yasiel Puig opened his fat fucking mouth, and then now, oh man,
Did you ever see the picture of like they lost a game and he was at Telania's?
Hilarious.
that's pretty funny.
God, what a
There were
scumbag.
15 of him in the mirrors at Telania's behind the picture. Yeah.
That fat sack
There
of
were
shit.
many Puigs in that picture.
I had to laugh because I was watching the game the one time. I don't even think it was a Cardinals game. I think it was just a Dodgers game that was on, and they were like talking about how the name Yasiel has become more popular around Dodger Stadium. Like more people are naming their kid Yasiel. I'm like, that's
What
a
the
stupid
fuck ever.
fucking reason. Name your kid
What the fuck ever.
a stupid fucking name, or if that fat fucking clown.
I've been. It's not great.
Named my first son Vladimir.
The only person salvageable in that franchise is Clayton Kershaw, and it's only because he's so good I can't hate him.
Yeah, he's a machine.
Yeah. If he were on any other team, I'd be way happier.
Same reason you can't hate Bumgarner.
I
Plays for the Giants.
actually,
People don't like the Giants.
you know, I don't
Oh,
hate the
man, he's
Giants as
incredible.
much. I actually kind of like them because they knock shitty teams I hate out. Like they fuck up the
Like
Dodgers.
the Cardinals.
They knock the Cardinals out. I don't like them when they play the Cardinals, but I like Buster Posey and all
Yeah,
that
Buster
shit.
I
Posey's
don't mind
pretty great.
I don't mind the Giants.
I don't
The
mind-
Cardinals just
Giants
can't fucking
fans
beat
aren't-
them.
You want to talk about people that hate L.A. People from San Francisco hate it.
That's why I like them.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
The flip mode of why I kind of like Richard Sherman because the only person who hates the fucking 49ers more than me is Richard Sherman. That guy lives to antagonize 49ers fans, and that's awesome.
you want to hear some interesting stories, ask my mom and my dad, who both grew up on the West Coast, about what it was like to wear like a Dodgers jersey to a Giants game or wear a Niners jersey
in the parking lot.
Yeah, it was like
still happens.
It was like wearing red in Compton or something like that.
Somebody was telling me that like 49ers fans are actually pretty violent. Like a lot of people get fucked up.
Yeah, Oakland, they're a fucking
Yeah.
bunch of nut jobs.
I like
It's
Oakland.
all out there.
I'm going for the Raiders this year just
Fuck
because
California.
I can pick anything.
Yeah.
Oakland's not going to be in California. I'm talking about the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah, there you go.
Go
You
go
guys ready
Vegas
to talk
Raiders.
about our last topic of the night?
Yeah, isn't this our not so?
Yeah, that was pretty much mine.
That was your
the,
not
the
so-
Rams don't need 2 reality TV shows. I think is not very edgy.
Not so edgy
Your
opinions.
not so edgy
is the
opinions.
topic. So we kicked it off with Brian's. Alex, what's your not so edgy opinion? Really, what these are things you see people trying to get on a podium about, a pedestal on social media that literally everyone agrees with.
Yeah.
And no one is going to disagree.
Brock Turner's a scumbag. Oh, whoa.
Hey, whoa.
Pump the brakes. We don't know the story.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah,
Edge.
we don't, guys.
Him and Cosby. Okay.
Oh,
Give him a
man.
break.
My not so edgy opinion, huh? Matt, why don't you go? I gotta stew for a second. I gotta think of one.
I feel like a lot of things was kind of.
I know which one I want to do. I'll go. I'm gonna slide in.
Go
real
ahead.
quick.
I wasn't ready.
My
anyway, so it
not
doesn't
so
matter.
edgy opinion is that when people say weed should be legal, like people don't agree with that.
Yeah.
Like, that's a minute amount of people in the United States who disagree with you at this point.
I don't know that I know anybody that thinks it shouldn't be legal.
Yeah, like even your parents nowadays are like, sure, why not?
It's literally hurting no one.
Yeah. Well, and it's like it's not even if you like kind of like buy into all that shit. Like at a certain point, it's like just don't fucking smoke it, man.
Yeah.
This is coming
That's
from
like
three
a-
people who would literally never go out of their way to smoke pot.
Yeah.
I could live the
Yeah.
rest of my life
Yeah.
having never touched a marijuana cigarette and be okay.
Yeah,
I don't care
I'm a
at
victim
all.
I'm a victim of the sauce here. That's my addiction, and I'm sticking to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I found my vice.
We all have our vices.
Got to keep it to at least 2. Pornography and alcohol. I'll stick with those 2.
So that's yours that you think weed.
Yeah, when people say like weed should be legal, shut the fuck up. Of course it should.
And they get on that, like they post all the stats from like how well it's worked in Colorado. We get it, all right?
Yeah.
Save your fucking infographic
I'm
with a guy
waiting-
in a dispensary like this is how fucking and they got bullet points.
Look at the tax
Shut the
dollars.
fuck up,
It's like,
yeah.
I want it
We know.
legal too. Do it here. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't give a
They should
shit.
Do it tomorrow. I'd be pumped. I'd be like, cool, great.
Flip side of that though is the people that act like pot is going to solve all the country's problems.
That's annoying too.
Yeah, it's also terrible.
But yeah, again, that's just
Oh man,
I mean-
they're almost as bad. Now that I think about it,
It
they're really
is
almost
pretty
as bad.
terrible.
No matter where you look though, there's always a like every group has their
oh
annoying
yeah,
little
there's a
subclass
point
of people.
counterpoint of course, but
Absolutely.
there's a lunatic fringe of every class.
A counterculture.
Brexit, I don't get it, and it pisses me off that I don't.
Somebody say something to me.
Dumb it down to my level. Thanks, John Oliver.
Talk about the fall of the euro like it means something to me.
I was talking to a girl whose husband.
Tear down this wall. Wait a minute.
I was talking to a girl whose husband's actually English, and she was defending the Brexit thing to a level, and apparently they can't fly. Like this is something she told me. I don't know if it's fucking true, so don't fucking write in or complain to the 5 people who listen. But apparently they can't fly the English flag, or they couldn't fly the English flag because they were part of the European Union. Like that was considered taboo.
I just don't think that's true.
I don't know. The
Yeah,
guy's
what?
from fucking England, so I don't know.
That's not. I don't.
You're
buy
talking
that
about
for a
the
second.
white flag with the red cross, right?
The Union Jack.
The Union Jack is what I'm
The
talking
Union
about.
Jack is the one for the UK, right? The blue and red one.
Yeah.
The England flag is the white flag, which
Oh,
is the
yeah,
red
that's
cross.
right.
Oh yeah.
I don't know which one they couldn't
That's an
fly,
entirely
but
different
apparently
flag.
they couldn't fly it. Like they was good. Like police officers would actually ask you to take it down if it was. That's what I hear.
I just don't believe that even for a second.
I mean, Ireland and
Yeah.
Scotland and Wales are all part of the UK.
No,
and,
Ireland. Well,
and isn't Ireland part of the UK?
no, Ireland's part of EU because we used euro while I was over there.
That's right. You're right. So just
Northern
so
Ireland.
Scotland and Northern Ireland.
apparently, at a
Wales.
time,
Wales.
it was not okay. I just googled it. Not that it's anything to write home about, but
Praise be.
yeah. Now you won't break the law when flying the flag. But this is dated. This is in 2012.
So this was
so I don't know what the
An
deal
English
is.
law, not an EU law.
I
If
think
it's
it might have
legal
been.
now, it would have been theirs, right?
I think it might have been. It might have been out of respect for the European Union. I don't know, man. This is way out of our spectrum of
Yeah.
conversation.
I mean, but
Who
I
wants-
can give my
Your 2
not
cents.
so edgy opinion on this one is when people were like, oh, Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton, I'm moving to Canada.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah, that's a
No, you're
good
not.
one.
You're not going to
Canada
do
doesn't
it.
want us.
No.
You'd be better off
and
going to
nobody's
Mexico.
actually going to do that.
And the people that think that it's going to, like,
People said that when Obama got elected. I'm moving to Canada. The fuck? They don't want you.
I feel like I backed us into a corner because it's going to get real political if we keep going here.
Not really. I just hate all people.
Does the president really have enough power to make a difference if it's either of them?
no.
No, right? I mean, all he can do is veto stuff that gets
You
approved
can't
by
get
his desk.
anything through Congress still.
Like,
If
if
it's
Donald
not
Trump
synopsis.
wins the presidency, does he really have a legitimate shot at building a wall and making Mexico pay for it? No.
There's a
Never going to happen.
I was
People are like, he's going to build a fucking wall, man. No, he's not.
I was listening to a podcast about this actually. That like there's an argument that economics wise, do presidents really have that much say over how the economy changes based off their policies? And like 8 years from, or like they usually say from 4 to 8 years from when you got elected is when you'll start to see changes in like economics because of policies enacted by presidents. And that's only like the most famous example has been like Ronald Reagan because of like all that shit. Like
Reaganomics.
Reaganomics, neoliberalism, and all that. So really, kind of in a way, yes, but also kind of in a way, no. I think it depends on what you do.
Well, now that we started talking about politics and have no educated or informed opinions, probably a good place to stop, right?
Yep. Call it a day. What did we learn today, boys? Let's go around the table and finish it up.
Let's see. Brian, what have you learned today? Have you learned anything today?
No, absolutely nothing. Well, that flag thing, that I don't buy that. I don't think at any point was it illegal to fly an English flag
Oh, man. I don't even know what we
in
talked about.
England.
Expresscode.uk, bruh.
I don't know.
From 2012, my dated source.
Alex, what did you learn today?
Oh, man. I learned that Rams are getting a second fucking reality show
Yeah.
that they don't deserve. I only knew about Hard Knocks, and I just saw that commercial. I fucking hate that. I hope Jared Goff enjoys the rest
won't
of
be
his
any good.
shitty career. Yeah.
Yeah, that's terrible. That's just awful.
What about you, Matt? Matt Tard, what'd you learn? Oh, I know what I learned. I hate you and your soundboard.
No, come on.
Fair
Okay.
enough. That was good. Keep them short. That's all. You're gonna play it.
Okay.
All right, that was funny.
I have a shorter fart for you if you want. If that first one was too long.
Does that say fart shorter on
It
there? I
says
hope.
fart 1 and fart 2. That's all it says. Fart 1, fart 2.
Boy.
Ah.
Fuck you and fuck that soundboard.
Fart 1, fart 2.
That's lazy labeling, but
Yeah.
pick yours, Matt. So we can end this fucking podcast. Maybe the worst podcast we've done so far.
Oh, absolutely not. I had a great time.
I did have fun. This might not be fun for them to listen to, but it was fun for me to do.
I learned that Darth Maul was not in Revenge of the Sith. I could have sworn to God that he was in Revenge of the Sith. That would have been my one. I thought that he's like the whole Sith. That's his thing, right? Isn't he the Sith?
All right, and with that, we're gonna wrap it up because that was
He was in the Phantom Menace.
yes, man. It was in one.
And I learned that. I'm saying
I learned
know.
that Matt hasn't seen Godfather, which I find shocking. That was pretty odd.
Yeah, it sucks, doesn't it?
I learned that. I don't think Matt graduated from Mizzou. All big sham.
I've been living here for years.
They gave you a film degree and you haven't seen The Godfather? What the fuck?
My diploma is written in crayon. I made it myself.
And I'm going to retort. All right, and we're going to wrap it up here from the Straight Gay Guyz Podcast. We thank you guys so much for listening to us.
Bye.
We will be back next week.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
On that
God
note,
damn.
fart, turd, shit. We're going to edit all this out.
Still.
Shit.
Oh, man.